everything has become clear. It's become clear that this is an Israeli attack, genocide on Gaza, but not just an Israeli attack on Gaza, an Israeli American attack on Gaza. It's become very clear just how the United States, as much as it may try to claim that it's an honest broker, it's become clear that it is doing Israel's bidding. We've seen it with the fact that they haven't been that they vetoed a number of UN Security Council resolutions and then abstained from the other one. And it's become clear when you look at the history of US use of the veto that it's only ever been used in two instances. One is when it comes to Israel, first and foremost. The second is when it comes to Russia on a much smaller scale. So it's become clear that this is Israel and the US in lockstep with one another. But it's also become clear that everything that the world did up until this point has been a complete and utter failure. That the world, leave aside the US, which we know is in lockstep with Israel, but everybody else has also failed Palestinians, country wise. I'm not talking about people. And it's also become clear that there's a huge difference between the people of the world and the leadership of the world. All of this has become clear. And lastly, what's become clear is this idea that there's some notion of global human rights or international human rights or an international system. There is no system. Its might is right. And people have deluded themselves over these years into thinking that somehow there is going to be countries that will rush to the defense of others to prevent genocide. There have been other examples of genocide, but this is a genocide like no other because this is being perpetrated against a defenseless civilian refugee population, refugees who've been raided refugees by Israel. And if anything, this is the time where you should be seeing the world community act and rush to come to the defense of this refugee, stateless, defenseless, by the way, child population, and instead they're not.